You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up on Capitol Hill, Democrats don't like the FBI investigation into Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. So what happens next? An update on that Jacksonville restaurant where 3 people died during a weekend video game competition. And we'll tell you what's being done to crack down on telemarketers who call your cell phone. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Welcome back. Glad you're with us, early risers. I'm Ray Collins. We're up to Friday now, October the 5th. Let's get that all-important weekend forecast now from the bearer of good news, John Sculson.
Yeah, Ray, it looks pretty good, actually, right straight through most of the weekend. We have today, in fact, a little less rain chance than we had 24 hours ago. I hope you got some rainfall yesterday at your house because the rain chances are about half of what they were yesterday. 74 degrees in Parrish, Bradenton, 74 in Sarasota as well. Venice a little warmer at 76, 78, Longboat Key, and inland temperatures 73s and 4s. That's about a degree warmer than it was 24 hours ago at this time, thanks to some slightly higher dew point values, a little bit more moisture in our air. Well, drier air is on its way, and it'll arrive here this afternoon, reducing our rain chances. Not a drop of rain on radar for your morning commute. Right?
Thank you, John. It's 6 o'clock right now. Let's talk about your traffic. First off, here's the map. In Bradenton, you'll find out some buildup there east of the interstate on 64 in both directions. Otherwise, not much problem in Manatee County. Farther south, you'll see a little buildup on Bee Ridge Road eastbound as you approach Beneva. Also, look at that east of the interstate on Proctor Road, or I should say on Clark Road, just after where Proctor joins it, some congestion there. South County, little blip there at the base of your screen, if you can see it there, northbound on 776 as you head up toward Englewood. New developments now out of Washington, where Democrats are calling the FBI investigation into Brett Kavanaugh a sham, as Republicans insist it's time for a vote now on the Senate floor. And as ABC's Emily Rao tells us, Judge Kavanaugh himself wrote a letter to the Wall Street Journal.
Statements.
After a week of silence following that explosive testimony,
this is a circus.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh now defending himself in the Wall Street Journal, writing, "My time in high school and college more than 30 years ago has been ridiculously distorted," and addressing what some have called his disqualifying temperament last Thursday. "I know that my tone was sharp and I said a few things I should not have said." Kavanaugh's op-ed coming at the end of a tense day in Washington. More than 300 protesters arrested as senators took turns combing through the FBI report on the sex assault allegations against Kavanaugh. With only 9 witnesses interviewed, Kavanaugh and Christine Blasey Ford not among them, Democrats are calling the investigation a sham.
Democrats agreed that the investigation's scope should be limited. We did not agree that the White House should tie the FBI's hands.
Republicans, including key undecideds Jeff Flake and Susan Collins, say they're satisfied.
We've seen no new credible corroboration, no new corroboration at all.
Another holdout, Republican Lisa Murkowski, still undecided, but President Trump appearing confident at a rally in Minnesota.
Their rage-fueled resistance is starting to backfire at a level that nobody has ever seen before.
In another op-ed, a group of Yale grads who described themselves as Kavanaugh's college drinking buddies said no one should be able to lie their way onto the Supreme Court. The next procedural vote is set for later this morning. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
Meantime, new this morning, a Polk County man is accused of threatening to shoot members of Congress that don't vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh to the U.S. Supreme Court. Deputies say this man, James Patrick Jr., posted on his Facebook page that he had just bought several hundred rounds of ammunition and was ready to, quote, sacrifice his life for his country. Patrick also said he would shoot any police responding to his house. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Nobody was injured during his arrest. He's being held now on $500,000 bond. For the latest on this story and breaking news and the forecast, head to our new app. It's under WWSB or under My Suncoast. Police in South Carolina are continuing their investigation into that standoff that left a police officer dead on Wednesday. Detectives say 74-year-old Fred Hopkins opened fire on police who were trying to execute a search warrant. 7 officers were hit and 30-year police veteran Terrence Caraway was killed. Hopkins eventually surrendered. It's not clear why he opened fire. A vigil was held last night for that fallen officer.
Come to church He would sing on the choir. Well, he would try to sing on the choir. And he was just a loving person.
One city police officer remains hospitalized in serious condition. 2 others were treated and released. The conditions of the 3 others who were wounded are not known right now. An 8th person inside the house was also shot in the standoff. His condition is not known at this hour. Happening today, a Jacksonville restaurant where 3 people died during a shooting at a video game tournament will reopen now. Chicago Pizza and Sports Grill will open today, but the game bar inside the restaurant will remain closed. That's where police say 24-year-old David Katz opened fire during a tournament back on August 26th. The bar still needs approval from city regulators before reopening. Chicago Pizza has been named a defendant in 4 lawsuits filed by those injured during that tragic shooting. Developing overnight, St. Petersburg police are asking for your help to find 28-year-old Sydney Wyatt and her 1-year-old son, Future Johnson. Now, police say that mother and son were last seen Wednesday afternoon. They have since issued a missing child alert. Wyatt's car was found abandoned in Pinellas Park about 4 a.m. today. A baby car seat was inside. Police want information. If you can help them, please call. We'll have more on this story later in the hour right here on ABC 7. An update now on a recently solved cold case in Sarasota. Luke Fleming was the man arrested for the murder of Deborah Dalzell. He entered a plea of not guilty and is demanding a jury trial. Detectives believe that Fleming is the one that killed Dalzell back in 1999 off Honore and Clark Roads. New DNA technology was used to identify Fleming in the arrest last month. Fleming also has a new lawyer out of Clearwater. You might like this story. The state is cracking down on telemarketers who call your cell phone. The Department of Financial Services is working on harsher penalties for scammers, these people who use fake cell phone numbers to make it look like you're answering a local call, but it's really a ploy that could end up costing you.
It is a nuisance, and a lot of times these scam artists are trying to prey on our most vulnerable populations, seniors being one of those, that may get confused at the number that's calling them.
A new law that took effect in January authorizes phone companies to block robocalls, but it clearly hasn't helped so far. Not sure about you. Experts say roughly half of all cell phone calls made next year will be scams. Can't wait for that. Venice police want to warn you of a scammer in that city. They say the man in this picture is going door to door asking for donations on behalf of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 57. Well, police say don't fall for it. He is not with any police department. If he happens to contact you, contact them at the Venice Police Department. A good reminder now as to why you should always remember to lock your car. 2 Indiana men are behind bars today in Sarasota County, accused of a string of burglaries in Venice. And get this, detectives believe they were able to steal from a car inside someone's garage. Never safe. They say somebody snatched a garage remote from inside an unlocked car in the driveway. Then they used it to get inside of another unlocked car inside the garage. Both of these men are facing several counts of burglary. A Sarasota woman is facing charges after withdrawing thousands of dollars of somebody else's money. Investigators say that Shalene Townsend stole nearly $24,000. They say she went to several banks in Sarasota County making withdrawals with compromised cards. Alerted to the fraud, banks then notified law enforcement of the scheme, and now she is behind bars. Well, the challenges remain for the Northport High School football player who suffered a very serious neck injury a week ago tonight. Wendy Renoir broke 2 bones in his neck during a game last week against Lakewood Ranch, and there he is now. The Northport High School junior collided head-on with an opponent during a kickoff return. He was wheeled off the field and spent 4 nights in the hospital. It's been determined that he didn't need to have surgery since he does have feeling in all his extremities. But despite the positive news, he still is in a lot of pain and has a long road to recovery.
As soon as I hit him, I fell to the ground and I thought I could have got back up, just a simple hit. But I heard a pop in my left neck, so I stayed down and started screaming.
It's really hard for him in the middle of the night. I kind of sleep right by him, like on the floor, trying to sleep. Whenever he needs something, I gotta get up. I don't really sleep because I keep checking up on him.
That's a very nice sister. Since Wendy is expected to be out of school for a while, the family is hoping the district can help him with a computer to follow his classwork and also ideally medical expenses. Stay tuned on that one. The district says they will work with the family to connect them with resources and also perhaps more information. Well, there's one less high school football game tonight on the Suncoast. The St. Stephen's game was canceled after their opponent, Bayshore Christian, couldn't field enough players for the game. Next game is Friday the 11th at Bradenton Christian. You can see all our games tonight. The highlights, that is, at 11:15 in our weekly Friday football special. In fact, I'll be at Cardinal Mooney tonight. If you happen to be at that game, stop by and say hello. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, with Amazon raising its minimum wage to $15 an hour. We'll tell you how that could affect wages at some Suncoast businesses. And you feel like you're paying more at the pump? We'll tell you why prices are nearly their highest point in almost 4 years. It is 6:10 right now. Here's a peek outside our studios, looking south back at downtown Sarasota. That is Lemon Avenue, cutting right down through your picture there. Let's get today's beach forecast. How about that from John Scalzi?
Yeah, the east wind is continuing to help us out in terms of our beach forecast. We're looking at a UV index that is starting to get a little bit lower as well. That because the sun angle is also decreasing. 88 degrees, the current air temperature. Taking a look at Mote Marine spotter reports, we've got some good news here again today. Lots of green flags flying, indicating no irritant in the air from red tide aerosols. Lido and Minnesota, the only two that are showing just minimal amounts. And these will change, of course, again as we head through the day. The latest reports will be available to you as we move into the 10, 11, or 12 o'clock hour. And, of course, we'll have that for you on the noon show. Complete forecast in a minute.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, go. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase is coming to the Venice Community Center October 5th and 6th from 9 to 3. There will be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy a great food court and see new boats and cars in an outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase, sponsored in part by ABC7.
We get it, you're busy. But what about those moments when life slows down? It only takes a minute to get election ready. Check your voter registration status. Make sure your signature is up to date. Review your sample ballot. Know your election dates and voting options. So take a moment. Be election ready.
I'm Secretary of State Ken Detzner. Get ready, get set, vote.
your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A 74-degree air temperature at this hour with a dew point value of 73. Dew points are slightly higher this morning, keeping our temperatures a degree or two warmer than they were 24 hours ago. But that moisture will be replaced by some drier air as we head into the afternoon. In fact, the drier air will help limit the number of showers that we get today. Yesterday, we had about a 40% chance of some scattered showers. Today, half that. 20% chance, and that may be generous. I don't think tomorrow we'll see anything in the way of rain. Certainly no rain for your morning commute. Everything is dry here. We don't have anything coming over off the other coast either. Remember, yesterday at this hour, because of the little extra moisture around, we had numerous showers building on the east coast. Not so today. There are some storms around, though, but you got to go a far distance away. Check it out. Along the western sections of the Great Lakes, we're getting snow showers, and in fact, some fairly heavy snow showers extending into the UP of Michigan. There are some winter weather advisories up, and certainly some cooler temperatures. Minnesota coming in at 33, Minneapolis coming in at 43. Of course, you jump the front and the 30s turn into 70s real fast, and we'll probably top them out in the 80s today. Certainly 90s will be around in Florida. And that's because we'll see plenty of sunshine around today along with that easterly wind. So yesterday we had a lot of moisture in the air, the moisture caused by a little slug of high humidity air kind of moving across the southern tip of our state. In this graphic, which shows the moisture available to produce rain showers, redder is wetter, but blue is drier air. And the blue contours of dry air start to move in as early as today, and certainly by the weekend the dry air is fully in force and we probably don't have any rainfall at all on Saturday. That changes as we head into next week, though, and the dry air in place gets replaced by deep tropical moisture. And the reason is the big ridge of high pressure that has provided us with our easterly wind for such a long period of time starts to twist as high pressure is pushed out into the Atlantic. It twists to the south and it draws up tropical moisture from perhaps a developing system down to our south. Mostly sunny and warm, shifting winds next week. And then we monitor the tropics for that system down to the south. Right now, it's not organized. It's just a big, broad, low-pressure area. But the Hurricane Center is giving it today about a 60% chance of developing with time over 5 days as it lifts north into the Gulf waters. It does look like it will probably be moving into the Gulf waters as it develops, as opposed to moving east of the Florida, and perhaps even developing into a tropical storm. We'll wait and see. It's hard to know exactly if that will happen. It's impossible to know exactly what part of the Gulf Coast it will impact directly, but I think our effects will be felt here in terms of getting a little bit more moisture around and increasing our rain chances. Today, pretty nice. East wind coming in at about 10 this afternoon. Look for a 20% chance of rain today. Not much of a chance tomorrow. Should be dry, sunny, warm again, well above average temperatures. Get a little bit more cloud cover perhaps on Sunday into Monday as rain chances begin to increase. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll have to know what's going on in the tropics because the rain chances will certainly be going up and we may have a tropical storm in the Gulf. Back to you, Ray.
Okay, well, watch that. Thank you, John. Checking the roads right now, 301 northbound. Some congestion there as you get past State Road 70. Otherwise, pretty clear so far in Manatee County. Farther south, at the very top of your screen there, you see 301 showing some buildup as you approach University Parkway. Otherwise, not too bad. Bee Ridge, actually westbound, has some congestion there as you approach Tuttle Avenue. And then farther south, a little small blip there at 41 northbound as you cross by War Mineral Springs. Consumer news now. Earlier this week, you might have heard Amazon announced it would raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour for all their employees, and now they're urging other businesses nationwide to do the same. Amazon also vowed to push Congress to increase the nationwide minimum wage to that same number, $15 an hour. They also own Whole Foods, by the way. But here's the catch. Amazon had to make up for that big wage hike somehow. We talked to a local college professor about this, well, shell game.
To protect profit, well, then maybe any bonuses that you were earning, we'll take those away, but we'll give you a $15 an hour bump. So it's kind of a bit of a give and take, at least in that respect.
The federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. That's not changed since 2009, and experts don't think that Amazon's announcement will make any difference, at least not in the immediate future. Google Maps is unveiling new features designed to make your commute a little more pleasant. Users can now control Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play while navigating. There'll also be a commute tab, giving users a one-tap access to live traffic updates and provide alternative routes in case of delays. Google Maps also has something for people who use both cars and buses, a new feature that provides information on traffic, bus, and departures, all along with walk times as well. Hopefully that soothing music will help when you see the gas prices. They are nearing their highest levels in 4 years now. Average price has jumped 6 more cents to $2.90 a gallon. That's the average nationwide. If they go up 8 more cents, that'll match the record set back in 2014. Not a good record to hit. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest on the desperate search in Maine for a missing teacher and mother of 2 who disappeared from their home earlier this week. And next half hour, more about a local situation, a missing mother and child, their car found abandoned at 4 a.m. in Pinellas County. An update on that from our Marla Spence. But first, here's a live look at Washington, D.C. Pretty shot there of the Capitol Rotunda, and I think I can see the Washington Monument off in the distance, I believe. Certainly Capitol Hill, busy place right now. A test vote is expected later on this morning on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh's situation. And then an actual vote with teeth could be tomorrow morning in the Senate. 6:21 right now. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
I'm a Florida voter.
I want to make sure my voice is heard.
Here in Florida,
we have 3 ways to vote.
Vote by mail.
Early voting.
And voting at the polls on Election Day.
Make sure your voice is heard.
I'm Secretary of State Ken Detzner. Get ready, get set, vote.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his
I
backpack.
can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Welcome back at 6:24 right now. The desperate search continues this morning in Maine for a missing teacher and mother of 2 who disappeared from her home earlier this week. ABC's Whit Johnson has our story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the search for missing grade school teacher Kristen Westra is growing more desperate, entering its 5th day. Authorities in North Yarmouth, Maine, deploying police dogs and drones, volunteers battling thick brush, tips pouring in from the public, including a possible sighting just yesterday. But overnight, investigators ruling that out.
We haven't named any person of interest at this time.
The 47-year-old mother of 2 was last seen in public going for a jog around 6 p.m. Sunday. Her husband says they went to bed at 8 p.m. He says he woke up at 3:30 a.m. and noticed she wasn't in their bed, but assumed she'd gone into another room.
The male just approached me, stating his wife's been missing since 6:15.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on the search. With your GMA First Look, I'm Whit Johnson, ABC News, New York.
Here's what I want for Charlie's Food. Wholesome ingredients. Real meat first. No chicken or poultry byproduct meals. No corn, wheat, or soy. When you add it all up, there's only one choice for me. Wholesome and healthy Blue Buffalo.
When I walked through a snowstorm for a cigarette, that's when I knew I had to quit. For real this time. That's why I'm using Nicorette.
Only Nicorette gum has patented dual-coated technology for great taste plus intense craving relief.
Every great why needs a great how.
Harry's meeting clients from far away, but they only see his wrinkles. He's gotta play it cool to seal the deal. Better find a way to smooth things over. If only Harry used some bounce to drive. Yeah, he would be less wrinkly and winning at life.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Thank you.
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase is coming to the Venice Community Center October 5th and 6th from 9 to 3. There will be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy a great food court and see new boats and cars in an outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase, sponsored in part by ABC7.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this? Contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, a statewide search for a missing St. Petersburg mother and her child continues this morning, where her car was found abandoned. Red tide has been an issue here, as we know, on the Suncoast, and now it has popped up on the Atlantic coast. We'll have an update from South Beach. And looking for your new best friend, we'll tell you why Manatee County Animal Service wants you to fall in love this October. Those stories in your forecast this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back. I'm Ray Collins. Glad you're with us. It is Friday, October the 5th, and all eyes are on the weekend now. Here's the bearer of good news, meteorologist John Scalzi.
And it is good news. We're looking at a very pleasant weekend, and I think a lot of it will be spent rain-free and sunny. Warm as well if you're a warm weather lover. 73 degrees in Parrish, Bradenton, the same. Sarasota coming in at 74, 75 in Inglewood, 73, Myakka, Arcadia, and Wauchula both at 73 as well. 73 is pretty popular. We've had a couple of weather watchers phone in with that report of about 73, 74 degrees. None of them had any rainfall yesterday. Across our region, rain is at a minimum. Nothing popping up on radar. Don't expect any for your morning commute. We'll talk about the forecast coming up in a few.
Talk to you again soon. Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. Here's the scene in Manatee County. Some buildups. First off, way up by Ellenton, you'll see a problem there as you're approaching the Outlet Mall and the 301 southbound lane. Also checking farther south, 64, where it's called Manatee Avenue West, around West Bradenton. And then farther south, here's the scene in the northern half of Sarasota County. Some red there on the map. East of the interstate, way out Clark Road as you head away from the county. And then farther south, not much to speak of at 6:31 on your Friday morning. Developing overnight, a search is on this morning for a missing one-year-old boy and his mother from St. Petersburg. Police found their abandoned car. Our Marla Spence has an update now. She joins us live in the studio with details of this frantic search. Marla?
Well, Ray, recently St. Petersburg police found that car a St. Pete mother and one-year-old was in before they disappeared. Now, that car was left abandoned in Pinellas Park with the baby's car seat and other baby items. This is the mother and the son, one-year-old Future Johnson, and his mother, 28-year-old Sydney Wyatt. Police say Wyatt was staying with her grandmother at a home in St. Petersburg. That's when Wyatt borrowed her grandmother's car Wednesday afternoon and hasn't been seen since, according to police. Now, the one-year-old Future Johnson has short blonde hair and blue eyes and is 1 foot tall and 20 pounds. He was last seen wearing a pink and gray and navy blue shirt, cotton shorts that look like denim, and blue and green Nike shoes. Now, the mother is 5'3" and 150 pounds with brown hair, with the left side of her head shaved and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing a black shirt and black pants. Now, so far, there is no word on what caused Wyatt to park her grandmother's car in Pinellas Park and leave the car abandoned. Police are continuing to investigate the search. As the search continues, if you've seen the mother or the child, you are urged to call police. Ray?
Okay, thank you, Marla. Well, we are officially into fall, as you know, but warm weather continues here in Florida, so the state fish and wildlife experts want to remind you that alligators are still active and visible this time of year. While serious injuries caused by gators are uncommon, it is still strongly recommended to take precautions when you're having fun in and around fresh water. Here on the Suncoast, Anna Maria Turtle Watch leaders are getting ready to test new lights to help hatchlings make it to the Gulf. AMI's Turtle Watch wants to install 6 amber-colored street lights along Gulf Drive in Anna Maria, Holmes Beach, and Bradenton Beach. They're getting the lights from a company in Bradenton, and they say they are FWC certified lights and driver and turtle friendly. The group's director says turtles from the 3 nests hatched overnight, but some of those hatchlings began to crawl away from the Gulf.
When a sea turtle is down underneath all that sand and wakes up, little baby sea turtle, they come out and their first look should be at the sky and the stars and maybe the moon and the water, which should all be nice and dark, a little bit of starlight. If they turn around and see a big artificial light, they're going to go right to that artificial light. That's the draw.
The tested street lights will be the same color as the ones shown right here. AMI Turtle Watch will ask Florida Power and Light to help install the lights once they arrive in about 3 weeks. Two people are accused of illegal dumping in Charlotte County. Deputies say Mark Rollins and Lydia Hertz were staying on a vacant lot in Port Charlotte. They're accused of storing and abandoning more than 500 pounds of furniture, debris, and trash. Months ago, they claimed to have permission to use the property, but the property owner says no, that was not the case. Well, we certainly know red tide has been an ongoing issue here in the Suncoast for several months, and now they're getting a taste of it on Florida's East Coast. Reporter Todd Tonkin has a closer look at conditions near Miami Beach.
Miami-Dade County has taken the unprecedented step of closing all public beaches north of Haulover Inlet until further notice.
The beach is closed due to the red tide.
We got these findings very late at night. There was a moderate level north of Haulover, so we took the decision, look, let's go ahead and close the beach this morning and take all precautions.
Drone 10 flew over the desolate stretch of beach and even spotted a large clump of reddish-brown algae floating just off Haulover Inlet. And you could see the blooms of the toxic algae lapping against the jetty. The closure area extends from Haulover Inlet all the way to Golden Beach in the Broward County line.
I've been working ocean rescue for 20 years, and this is our first closure in Miami-Dade County for red tide that I could recall.
Matthew Sparling from Miami-Dade Ocean Rescue says they, along with police, will be enforcing the closures.
It's pretty crazy. A lot of people have come from the West Coast to escape some of the red tides to come on the East Coast to enjoy the beaches, and I have to tell them that we're closed, and they're completely shocked.
We spotted people working along the beach wearing protective masks. We even spotted a police officer on an ATV wearing a gas mask on his beach patrol. Officials say a strong easterly wind is blowing the red tide in from the Gulf Stream loop current. The toxic algae didn't seem to bother musician Andre Morgan, but for businesses, an announcement the beach is back open will be music to their ears.
It's crazy. I'm here from Delaware and we can't even get any close to the water. It's kind of scary.
We understand your pain. That was Todd Tonkin reporting. With a number of public beaches across the state shutting down, the State Department of Environmental Protection is offering $3 million to help mitigate the effects of red tide. The DEP and the FWC have been in contact with each impacted county to ensure they have the resources they need. Moat Marine is working with the Department of Health to analyze the amount of red tide toxins in the air. Moat scientists say past research reveals the toxins in the air can travel more than 2 miles inland, and with this recent bloom, people have complained of respiratory issues even farther inland than that. Starting Monday, they'll begin sampling areas across the coast up to 10 miles inland. The city of Sarasota announced an extension to the local state of emergency. This is the 7th time the city has added more time to its declaration. The order first went into effect back in August. And don't forget, you can find all of our red tide coverage, including answers to your most frequently asked questions online at our website, mysuncoast.com, and then click on the red tide category. Looking ahead, the meeting time for Sarasota City Commissioners will change starting Monday, the 5th of November. The afternoon session will start at 1:30, not 2:30. The problem was some meetings were running well past midnight. And looking for your new best friend? Manatee County Animal Services is inviting you to fall in love. That's right, fall in love this October. Sounds good. They're offering reduced adoption fees on dogs and cats like these cute ones in the pictures here, all decked out for Halloween. The fee will be just $40 for dogs and $20 for cats. The shelter will also celebrate National Pit Bull Awareness Day. That'll be Saturday, October 27th. That week, they'll also give away free pet products to every family that adopts a new pet. Lots of marketing going on there. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you about an alarming new study taking a look at teen marijuana use and how it affects memory later in life. And this Englewood man is about to get a chance of a lifetime. Local pastor on the Wheel of Fortune will have details, but first, here's a shot outside our studios at how it looks just before dawn on the Suncoast. Let's get the drive time forecast now from meteorologist John Scalzi.
Pretty sky out there, I'll tell you what. I haven't checked any of the boxes on the drive time forecast for inclement weather because I don't think we'll get a whole lot of rain this afternoon. We might get a few scattered showers, but nothing that'll cause you to pull off the road for sure. Mostly dry, we'll call it. And all the hubs serving Sarasota International running on time according to the FAA. We'll be right back with your forecast.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American Car of the Year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So our temperature today just a little bit warmer than it was 24 hours ago, 74 degrees. We have a dew point value that's also a little warmer at 73. The moisture higher because we had this little slug of moisture that came through yesterday and gave us that little bit better rain chance. Most of you didn't get any rain, but some of you did, and that will probably be the last of it for a while. We still have a rain chance today, but it's about half what it was yesterday. 74 degrees, the heat index, same as the air temperature. East-northeast wind comes in at about 7. So as we progress through the morning hours, we'll have lots of sunshine around. We'll continue seeing drier air filter in, and by the afternoon hours, I think it'll reduce the rain chance to 20%, if that. And then as we head into the evening hours, the rain chance goes away. I think it should be a pretty nice starry night tonight, though, under the influence of all that drier air aloft. And tomorrow, I doubt we see much in the way of rain at all. A lot of dry air, of course, means just not a whole lot in the way of rain showers. We've got some surface moisture, but really nothing that helps to kick off morning showers. So we're looking at a dry morning commute. Across the nation, big ridge of high pressure still sits over the deep south. We've got snow showers up to the north and more rainfall for the west. They're going to get a potential of some more flash flooding there. For us, the high pressure ridge eventually, by a series of little waves back from the west, gets kicked out into the Atlantic. And by next week, we'll watch the wind start to shift to a more southerly direction. Once that happens, once we get a more southerly twist to our winds, then our relatively dry conditions that we've had for several days now will go away, and we'll start to factor back in some significant rain chances. You know, we've had some 30, 40% chances of rainfall this week, and that's about the best we've done. Some days we've had 0% chance. Well, when the winds shift and we bring up tropical moisture, then our rain chances will go up to about 70% or more. So mostly sunny skies, warm and dry, wind shifting next week. And I want you to watch the tropics right straight through the weekend because of this cluster of clouds down to the south. Now given about a 60% chance of developing by the Hurricane Center, most computer models suggest something may spin up here. And most of the computer models are also suggesting that it'll move into the Gulf waters and probably impact some part of the northern Gulf Coast or perhaps the Florida Peninsula. So we'll watch that carefully over the weekend. The thing is, at this time of year, when something spins up in the Gulf waters, there's not a whole lot of time for preparation. They generally make landfall within a day or two of being identified. So we'll try to give you as much notice as possible should anything develop, so keep it posted here. East wind coming in at about 10, and the week ahead looks like this. We'll have about 20% chance of showers today. I think mostly sunny conditions tomorrow and Sunday and Monday as well. A little bit more cloud cover around, but then it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when the rain chances will go up. Right?
All right, thanks for the warning, John. Let's check the traffic right now. You'll see a buildup on 301 northbound as you cross over State Road 70 in Manatee County. Otherwise, not too bad right now. Farther south, 301 in both directions through Newtown. Some issues there between University and Fruitville. Also, Bee Ridge Road westbound as you get off the interstate and start heading over Cattleman and Honore. And then our South County map is checking all clear at 6:45 on your Friday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, many adults take baby aspirin to protect their hearts, but new research says it could also have another positive side effect. ABC's Emily Rao explains.
Baby aspirin, a tiny dose with big benefits in people at high risk of heart disease. But a new study says its daily use is also associated with a 23% reduction in the risk of ovarian cancer. Although previous studies have pointed to the possibility of a beneficial link, no other studies were able to actually look at the dose and duration of the aspirin and its results. Researchers combed through medical data from more than 116,000 women collected over time from the famed Nurses' Health Studies. About 1,000 of these women developed ovarian cancer, one of the most challenging cancers to treat. While the use of baby aspirin reduced the risk of ovarian cancer, taking the aspirin for a longer time did not seem to reduce the risk even more. What's more, the benefit was only seen in low-dose baby aspirin, not standard-dose aspirin. They only differ from each other by a couple of 100 milligrams, but it seems to matter. Another interesting association, high doses of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications, that's ibuprofen and medicines like Aleve, at least 10 tablets a week for many years were linked with a higher risk of ovarian cancer. It's not totally clear to researchers why low-dose aspirin would protect against ovarian cancer, but this news does open up a possibility. A tiny effort to take a tiny aspirin might have a big effect for many older women. With this Medical Minute, I'm Emily Rao, ABC News.
Another warning for marijuana users: it could cause lifelong brain damage. A new study in the American Journal of Psychiatry tested the memory of 4,000 teenagers and found that marijuana affected their long-term cognitive abilities even more than alcohol does. And when students stopped smoking pot, their memory didn't improve either. It appears the marketing campaigns by Drug-Free Manatee are working. A new survey shows that Manatee County students are more aware of a law that protects them while trying to save the life of an overdose victim than students in any other part of the state. Florida's 911 Good Samaritan Act protects anybody who calls 911 and the person overdosing from being prosecuted for drug possession. And in the 2018 Florida Youth Substance Abuse Survey, more than 50% of Manatee students knew about that law. That's some good news right there. Entertainment news now, a major milestone in the Me Too movement and a big weekend coming up at the box office. Here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Today is the one-year anniversary of the start of Harvey Weinstein's downfall, when the New York Times published a story detailing sexual harassment accusations, a story that would rock the world of show business. Eventually, more than 60 women would accuse Weinstein of rape or harassment, accusations he denies. He's currently under investigation for sexual assault in Los Angeles and London and faces multiple felony sex assault charges in New York.
What the hell are you?
At the box office this weekend, it's Lady Gaga versus Venom. Sony and Marvel's Venom stars Tom Hardy as the dark anti-hero. It's looking at an opening somewhere in the $60 million range, which would be good for first place and a possible record opening for October.
I just want to take another look at you.
Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's A Star is Born should see a great start after glowing reviews, somewhere in the $30 million range.
I've got a mission for you. Yes!
A new Star Wars series enters the universe this weekend, Star Wars Resistance. Christopher Sean plays one of the leads, a young pilot named Kazuda Giono, and he tells me some of your favorites from the recent movies are also involved.
Fan favorites, Oscar Isaac, Poe Dameron, Gwendolyn Christie, Captain Phasma, and you got the most beautiful droid out there, BB-8.
Star Wars Resistance premieres Sunday night on the Disney Channel. And birthdays today, Oscar-winning actress Kate Winslet turns 43, while Oscar nominee Jesse Eisenberg turns 35. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
More entertainment news now. Big Bang Theory star Kaylee Cuoco will have another TV gig on the way. She has signed on to star in the new Harley Quinn animated series for the DC Universe. That's the new subscription streaming platform launched by DC Comics. No premiere date has been announced yet, but Cuoco's time on Big Bang Theory is winding down. This is the final season of that CBS comedy. An Englewood man about to get a big chance of a lifetime. Local pastor Tim Mark is going on the Wheel of Fortune. Will he win $20,000 or a vacation or come back empty-handed to the Suncoast? We'll find out tonight about that Wheel of Fortune success or not. Still ahead, your top 7 stories before 7 o'clock. Right now, though, a look outside at St. Armand's Circle. This is how it looks at 6:50 a.m. Yes, there is still parking available there right now, but you better act fast. We'll have those top 7 after this.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Blue 32! Blue 32! Hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase is coming to the Venice Community Center October 5th and 6th from 9 to 3. There will be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy a great food court and see new boats and cars in an outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Business Showcase, sponsored in part by ABC 7.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
All right, welcome back, Tom, for our top 7 before 7. First off, John Scalzi's first alert weather forecast.
Ray, thank you very much. So a couple of things on the boards for you to take home with you. First is sunny and warm weather continues today. Hey, there's a shocker, huh? Yeah, we'll probably be up near the 90-degree mark once again today, well above average. Less rain chance today than yesterday by about half. We'll look for a very little rain this afternoon, 20% chance, and even less tomorrow. And through the weekend, let's watch the tropics. There could be development down there that could impact Gulf waters. Back to you.
All right, John, number 2, checking the maps right now. Really no problems traffic-wise in the area. Here's the scene in Manatee County. A little slowdowns on the usual problems at 301. Otherwise, no problems as you head out the door this morning. Number 3, the search is on this morning for a missing 1-year-old boy and his mother from St. Petersburg. Little Future Johnson and his mother, Sydney Wyatt, were last seen Wednesday afternoon. Police found their car abandoned on Thursday in Pinellas Park. A preliminary vote is due today in the Senate on this Brett Kavanaugh Supreme Court nomination. A final vote might come tomorrow on Capitol Hill. Number 5, a busy day of taking the oath in Sarasota. City police will swear in 5 new officers, and the district school police department will bring in 6 new officers. Number 6, called a sign of the times, a local high school football game is canceled tonight. How come? Bayshore Christian can't find enough players to field a team, so their game with St. Stephen's is called off tonight. And number 7, what's trending? An unusual offer temporarily at Popeye's Chicken. A temporary offer of boneless wings dunked in champagne and slathered with 24-karat gold batter. It was only offered for a single day in just 4 locations nationwide. The price was a bargain too, $5 for 6 wings, biscuit and side dish as well. Popeyes says they might do it again in the future. I'm not sure I'd want all that.
I don't know. $5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like real gold to me, but what do I know?
So my lovely other half wants to go see A Star is Born this weekend, and you're telling me tickets are hard to come by?
I have found that in the movie theater that my wife and I go to, the tickets went pretty quickly.
Sold out.
For this weekend.
Yeah.
Got them for next weekend, but yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a popular movie, I think. It's gotten very good maters, you know.
Did you see the original?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked it.
Very good. What do you say, maters?
Maters.
Maters?
You don't know maters?
No.
We'll talk.
I'll be here. Have a great weekend, folks. We'll see you Monday on Good Morning Suncoast.